yeah, so let's make the tier list for Rivals 2. Got some people in here. I think more people pop in. So I was actually working this off stream, right? And then I realized, let me start recording. I realized as I was working on this off stream that I should have streamed this instead, right? Content. I think she's this. I don't know. I see people put Clairen in like kind of lower half of the cast. And I'm like, no. Because when I fight this character, the thing about Clairen is, I think, first of all, she doesn't have what a lot of good characters in this game have. She doesn't have a projectile, right? And she doesn't have a, like, stage control tool unless she hits the counter that creates the anti-projectile field, which is a really strong counter. It's basically a better parry, especially because you can use it in the air, and that's really underrated. But yeah, like, her thing is just, in exchange for that, I don't know what characters can actively fight her in neutral, right? Like, her buttons, especially with how legless, I feel like I'm fighting Mithra with, like, tippers. I just feel like I'm fighting Mithra in this game, to be honest. Where it's like the neutral is so overwhelming because the speed, hitboxes, no lag, and everything combos. Especially when you hit tippers, too. I get hit by Clairen and she has like these custom combos. Where it's like tipper, like down air tipper, grab me, like throw, forward air tipper, up tilt, tipper, like full up, down, and just like, especially with platforms give her so many up air extensions, and I'm like, right, like I see really big combos out of her that have freeform too. Like, that's the thing, she doesn't have like these set combos like someone like Zetterburn does. She is more, you just do whatever you want and it's gonna work. Like, her neutral is linear, but it's not bad. Like, yeah, like, the thing is, she does have to move around projectiles, and like, she does have to hit you with her normals. So, like, you can play the bait and punish with punish game. You can just kind of play around shielding her a lot and try to like make shield stuff happening. So there's a lot of stuff there. Also, her recovery is like hard to punish because her up B is so big. Yeah, her up B is like hard to contest, right? And their side B, her side B, if you can like catch her as she like starts side Bing, she Chow would purge herself naturally. Just as people talk. See, I don't know. It's like you can't edge guard that well with that right setup. I know, like, I think Maypul can set up a good edge guard on her because she has like the side B stuff. But yeah, what else did I say? Also, grabbing. Dude, I feel like when I fight Clairen, if they want to just look for grab, it's so scary, right? Because you have to respect the fact that she can just grab you and guess right in the DI and you die. Especially if she special pummels you, it's done. So it's like, and that's a big one, right? It's like playing the neutral versus her is awkward because you can't jump a lot because of her aerials. You can't stay grounded because of the grab game. Jab, especially if you DI jab in accidentally. Down tilt, same thing. But if you DI in the way, she like forward smashes is bad. And her only real weakness besides like being whip punish her due to lack of projectiles, like every like one of her attacks kind of has a similar threat range, except the bursty ones like dash attack or side B that are quite laggy. Oh yes, Phoenix, get high as fuck for the rest of the day. But yeah, so what happens is, I feel like she dies though randomly. Like I hit her off stage, and she's just gone. She's exploded. That's it. And that's kind of what holds her back, in my opinion. That she's just randomly dying. Also, and she gets arthritis. If you live to like certain percents for so, like if you can live to like 130 as Orcane, for example, she actually won't kill to like almost 200 oftentimes. So that does become very relevant when you know how she's looking to kill. But yeah, also, I think I mentioned before, but her anti-projectile like thing is really strong in these matchups. Yeah, she can struggle to run towards the opponent. Dude, I didn't stream yesterday because I had people over. But, dude, in my climax yesterday, I fought Moogie's Clairen? Dude, he just platform camped me, and I'm like, I can't punish that. Like, yeah, she couldn't run out my Orcane. I was good at playing the defense. But if she wants to just, like, platform camp with her movement and big aerials, it's, like, not much you can do about that. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, you can play around the jab well enough and not die then. So, I don't know. She's... very good, I think. I think as people get better at her, I'm seeing like more and more of her, and I'm like, oh no. Alright, next character. This might be controversial take, I don't know. I think Fleet isn't that good relative to this game. I think Fleet specifically, while she has good buttons, I think overall, and hear me out. Let me talk about her strengths and weaknesses first. So weakness-wise, none of her buttons really stand out to me as great spacing tools, besides, of course, the projectiles, like the side B especially. But when you get better at parrying, and this is a big thing, I hated fighting Fleet. Fleet felt like an S+ character to me when I fought her. And then I got good at reacting to side B with parry. And the moment I started reacting to side B with parry, and you didn't just jump into her projectiles, match became a lot easier, because then she was afraid to side B me straight up. It means I could play the ground game a lot more. It meant she would have to like angle the arrows in spots where I can't parry, which, once again, I could play a ground game. It also meant I could just kind of run her more with buttons. Also, when she side Bs or those other things, if you like call it the angle, you can just jump over it, run underneath it, whatever, right? You can punch through with an attack. Yes, the side B arrow. The tornado is not really worth parrying unless Jake gives it to you for free. So you have to parry the arrow, but the arrow is like slow enough, especially at max range. If you're like running at her, you're better off trying to punch through the side B startup with a hitbox. But if you're playing like the spacing game a little bit farther away, and like, you know, I think, and this is definitely a skill issue, but a lot of fleets just kind of make their side Bs obvious right now. But yes, I think that's like a huge part of the matchup. And when you get past that, she's kind of just fine, right? Like, she has some disjoint hitboxes, but they're not insane, right? Like, she has some good combos, but compared to what other characters do, they're not insane. Kill power, she can set up kills, she has some okay power. Once again, not that insane. Like, nothing about her stands out as insane to me, except maybe her recovery. Like, her recovery, it can be really good with the float, and like using down B to stall and then up being. However, she's light, so it kind of balances out where she can recover, but she also just dies. Now, her floatiness can be good for getting out of combos, but she still just dies randomly. I will just cheese her out of sub 100 consistently. Yeah, she's definitely a polarizing character, and like, this is all Orcane perspective, you know. So I'm trying to like be objective, but also I don't have a full like spectrum of like experience. But yeah, I don't know. I fight this character, I'm like, this is annoying. And like, if you play like Loxodon or Kragg, sure, you die. But like, whatever. Also, I will say, when fleet players do a lot of the cancels with up B and down B on platforms, that makes it a lot harder. I think when you fight fleets that do that, that's very annoying to deal with. I'm not quite sure what the answer is. So that could like potentially bump her up a little bit in my mind. But I also think that might just be one of those like, okay, it's movement, but you just not interact with that, and it's fine a lot of times, or you can call it out. Yeah, I don't know, she feels like one of the weaker characters to me. Next up, Kragg. I don't know the thing about Kragg. I kind of just want to put Kragg in S+ tier. I think Kragg is insane. And the thing about Kragg is, first of all, yes, he's big heavyweight character, right? So he has all the heavyweight issues. He gets hit by all the combos, setups. He can definitely be edge guarded too. Like, you can just go off stage and kill his ass if you like hit him at the right time. So sure. However, his weight gives him so much. He gets to crouch cancel things for longer than most characters, I think. Feels like he can. He's able to trade, of course. If you can't set up edge guards, like if you start knocking him too far away to go for an edge guard, he gets free recoveries. So like, there's kind of windows you have to edge guard him in. And I agree. I don't think Fleet should be particularly strong, but she's really annoying, even though I think she's a little below average. So yeah. But yeah, so Kragg is just, we got the weight aspect, right? Next up, his frame data though, and his hitboxes, I feel like I'm fighting like a Mario type character. Where like his attacks are just fast, right? They're fast, they're decently big, and like he does a lot of damage. Kills like forward air, bro. Forward air is massive. No lag, lingers, kills, safe. Back air, really quick move, leads to crazy combos. Like up air, like everything he has leads to combos. I'm just going kind of off gaming. I'm looking at results a little bit, right? Like with Kragg, in my mind, I want to put him S tier, and then I look at like the results for coin boxes, and I'm like, he keeps being the most represented character in top 64s, if I remember correctly. Noted. Right, so it's kind of like both. Like, I think objectively, based on results, you have to put Clairen lower. And then like all this other stuff is good, like his down B. I think his down B is a little bit of a noob check, but still annoying because you have to mentally like prepare for that move to not get hit by it and punish. And that's a good zoning tool, right? a good like slow down tool, which is good because he sets up the rock, right? He goes rock setup, yeet rock at you, and then there's like mind games. Like you want parry, he can delay it. He can throw it up. He can hit the rock, like pop the rock in different ways too. Like there's a lot of mind games for him to bait up parry, which is supposed to be the projectile punish. Same with Saibi, right? Like the punish that Saibi is supposed to be parrying, he can like mix it up to bait it out. And his punish game is so strong, you don't want to miss a punish on him, right? So he's really good at counterplaying his counterplay. And now what I do with Orcane is I use a lot of bubbles when he side Bs, and that deals with his side B well. But that's just one part of the kit, you know? Like up B can be really annoying to deal with when juggling him. You have to like respect it. You have to respect just any like opening he gets can be a smash attack killing it at low percents. Down tilt's great poke button. Oh, and the grab. The fact that he has the grab game where a lot of people mash special pummel to cancel his, but then he just does regular pummel, down throw regrab. And then you have to guess, and it's just like, oh, he actually has like chain grabs kind of. What is this emo combo? Cloud and bug? Rock bug. Oh, rock bug. That'd be his Pokemon type for sure. So yeah, I don't know, his weakness being just heavyweight character and a little bit slow gives him a bad matchup versus like Orcane. Sure, gives him a bad matchup versus Fleet, I'd imagine. But in exchange, I feel like other characters, when they scrap with him, lose, and if they try camping him out without like oppressive projectile pressure, they should also lose. So in my mind, very strong character. And since this tier is nerfed slightly question mark, I think the main nerf I would probably give him would just be like maybe back air should be a little bit less ridiculous. Maybe his damage could be a little bit lower in some way, like whether it's reduced combo game or just less damage individual hits. Because I'd keep him heavy, I'd keep him having good kill power, I'd keep his recovery like strong, but potentially exploitable. But I see the numbers, I see how many Kraggs I fight on high rank, and I'm like, something's going on here. Next up, Lox. Now this might be a hot take. I think Lox is very good. Now this could be early heavyweight meta, right? Like this could just be cap, but new game. With that said, my thoughts is I like how he's balanced. I want to say this. I actually really like how he's balanced because he has the heavyweight weaknesses, right? Comboable because he's big target, a little bit slower. It leaves him vulnerable to edge guards if you can go out and like get aggressive versus him. However, they compensated for that by giving him really good button, right? Like he just has disjointed attacks everywhere with minimal lag. Forward tilt, crazy good. Nair, fair, bair, up air, up tilt, all great attacks. Down air, down air. And then he has a good projectile. Not amazing, but like the meatball is good, especially because it sets up his game plan of get the buff, make his smash attacks ridiculous. Like his smashes with the buff, especially when he charges them, bro. Less lag on the charge. They can like pop your shield and kill you instantly. And like all his attacks are just a little bigger than you'd expect, in my opinion. So like yeah, you can still bait, like you can still run up and like if he's got forward, so you jump over him, you get a big opening, right? Or you can like run up shield. You can like hold down if he pulls you with the forward tilt and get a punish there. So there's counterplay, but I don't see like he feels so effective at winning the game. He gets like grab, up throw, like up tilt, re-grab shit, right? He can like explode and like follow up. Back air is nuts. Like you just die. He doesn't die either. Like his recovery, it's pretty good. Like side B has a pretty big hitbox that can be hard to challenge, especially when he mixes that up with like up B. Or just in general, challenging up B is really hard. You basically have to let him have it. Also, side B on the stage, if he reads your shield, crazy potential, right? When he has any like stacks on his down B to like fly in the air, like that's really good for stalling because he can cancel that move to like stall. But he can also just fly far forward to recover. And of course, since he's heavy and does a lot of damage, the fact that he is not easy to kill means he has a lot of chances to just end the game. Yeah, jab's really good too. So yeah, like he's pretty, I like where he is at balance wise. I think people underrate him because playing Lox probably feels like garbage, right? Getting projectile camped by some characters, again, combo other characters feels awful. And then you realize you hit him once and it's an even game, while having great defensive tools that force approaches. So in my opinion, very good character. I should be a little bit lower than anything else. Now this is good, that's crazy. But like I also haven't fought a lot of Maypul, because this character is kind of rare. Granted. I think a character being rare oftentimes tells you something about their strength. right? If a character is really common, that means people think they're either really good or really easy and fun or whatever. And no, Lox's recovery isn't awful without magma charge, but definitely needs the charge to be good. Anyway, with Maypul, the big thing for me is that she's fast faller and lightweight. So she has the fleet issue of just dying, but like gets hit by combos more reliably and then dies, right? So even if her recovery is, and then her recovery needs the tether to be good, otherwise you can absolutely contest it. As long as you understand, like, okay, you can wall jump after side B, up B puts you in like, you know, free fall, but has big hitbox. So she always does like side B low to wall, then up B. So you grab ledge, you do drop from ledge, invincible aerial. Like, and as long as you send out an edge guard her, she just dies. And also her ground moves, as fast as she is, and her speed is nuts. Her kind of poor hitboxes on a lot of things, along with the fact that like on the ground, she really wants dash attack, which if you block it can be punished. You can kind of play defensively versus her, use your shield a lot, like play like a smart airspace game, and she has trouble opening people up. Now when she opens people up, they explode, yeah. And she's definitely fast enough to bait things out. You know, if she grabs you, that's an opening. If she hits your shield with like a nair or a fair or a bear, like that's all safe. I think her projectile being so spammable and setting up the mark, which is so strong, gives her a lot of nasty stuff. Like, oh, forward throw tether neutral air. You know, like, oh, she back threw you into the plant. Smash tech. Oh, just hit with random smash tech. Set up another thing. Right? Like, it's like Fox, which hits you and you could just get looped for your entire stock. Double forward is crazy edge guarding tool. So I don't know. I think her weaknesses are pretty balanced out. I probably put her in the lower end of S tier. But I don't think she's as strong as some people want to think she is. With that said, she also has a bit of potential. Like more than most characters. Alright, Ranno. I know some people are going to be like, no, you're wrong. I know this is absolutely Orcane perspective. But I think Ranno is nuts. The thing about Ranno is his only real weakness. As like, okay, no, and I shouldn't say only real weakness, but the biggest one that stands out to me is, yeah, his hitboxes aren't really disjointed. They're not even small. Like, he actually has a decently sized back here. Down here, right? Like, he has decent hitbox sizes, but they're not disjointed, so you can challenge. Like, you can challenge him constantly. He also is on the later hip, I think. I think he's also a fast faller. If someone wants to like, get me the stats, that'd be awesome. But the thing is, it feels hard to kill him despite that. Like, he definitely gets comboed, sure. But killing him? If he has enough distance to set up bubble safely and tongue to it, hard to hit him. Up B goes a little bit farther than you would think, and that little bit of extra distance it has is like the difference of being able to like grab ledge and edge guard him versus, oh, he's gonna go above you. Which you can like hit him with a get up attack and stuff, sure, you gotta punish, but you're not killing him. He's willing to take those hits to keep living, right? Along with, it's like, that's really good. Oh, of course, you can just use the side B and hit the wall with that. If you mess up, or like try to get too aggressive, he can hit you with that. Yeah, so like he has a lot of mix-ups on his recovery. And it overall ends up being a little better than you expect. Yeah, because up B has a lot of like control on it too. Yeah, so his air drift being really poor is an issue when it comes to like him getting comboed and juggled. Like yeah, that's a weakness for sure. Now we go to his strengths though. To me, the biggest strength is actually how simple his stuff is. It feels like a Palutena or like Wolf and Ultimate type thing where you have an effective game plan that's really easy to execute compared to most of the cast, right? He has very simple throw combos, including like, down throw, tech chase, you're dead, down tilt, up smash, just big forward air that spikes. He does back throw and you DI'd out for the forward throw, you're DI'ing on a back throw now. So you can do like back throw, back air and kill you. Down air is a really strong pressure tool with counterplay. Right, but that's a strong pressure that like requires you to counterplay it before there's even like a real mix-up going on there. Needles, or I should kunai or nuts, especially like when they're just camping with it, using the platform to do like ledge cancel, like kunais is really powerful. Some Lambrus. Nah, I'm sorry, Lambrus. I just have to disagree with you. Also the fact that the poison, when you have a stack of poison on you, every time you swing, you take damage, and he's so mobile that he can just kind of run around, bait you into whiffing, get free damage over and over, while threatening more kunai, and like pairing the kunai doesn't really do much to him, I don't think. It's like, oh. Right, so it's like a lot of options that are really strong. Like, very good up smash for killing. Just very good smashes in general, because he can combo into them well, and they kill relatively early. Also, this is a tiny pet peeve, but I hate how up smash, like sour spot, like sided up smash can combo. I'm like, and like a lot of times I fight Rannos, what they do is they just crouch cancel stuff and mash down tilt, because it's so strong for him. Dude, how good his down tilt is, right? The fact that you can do like jab 1, 2, 3, and he can still mix you up in blocks. Like he gets crazy jab mix pressure. And yeah, I just feel like every one of his buttons is like really good. Like his kit just combos super freely, and all his buttons are really safe and annoying. Especially except for the relative ease of execution, which matters a lot, because even if you're nervous, you just gotta down throw someone and tech chase him, right? You just gotta hold down and down tilt. You might get crouch cancel down tilt into up smash. You just gotta like throw them off stage and like forward air them. Yeah, short pressure is nuts. This isn't ordered yet, Lambrus, although I probably do put Maypul into Clairen. What do you disagree on? No anger. I think you need execution with every character, but I think Ranno requires less execution to win. Like, you're not gonna beat a good player as a bad Ranno, right? Like, this, I'm not saying, oh, if you're Ranno, you just win the game. Because he's not, like, broken. What I'm saying is, you know, like when you're playing a tournament set and it's last stock and both of you are kind of nervous? Because he's simple execution for very effective combos and stuff, that's really good in like those clutch tournament situations, right? That means you can also not be playing super on point and still have like a very reliable win condition. Compared to a character like Maypul, I think has harder execution on a lot of effective stuff, and that's really bad in those really like high stress matches, very close games. It's like a thing in Ultimate, where it's like characters like Steve are super strong, one for a lot of reasons, but also Steve's game plan being relatively easy is very powerful versus more difficult game plans. But yeah, so being able to just, and Ranno could just play whatever he wants. He can be aggressive and pressure you. He can be campy with needles. He can just run around and whiff punish. Right? He can be more of a take stocks early with smashes or look for big combos, extensions, and edge guards. Like, he is the Swiss Army knife of this game. So I think he's very strong. Like I said, he definitely has trouble like approaching people. Like good projectiles are hard for him to get around. His recovery, despite having mix-ups, can be edge guarded. He can get juggled pretty hard too. So those all are issues. Next up, Wrastor. I don't know how to feel about Wrastor. I don't see the character much. Like, I'll run to Wrastor and I'm like, huh. Like, he's really strong. Right, his combo game is nuts. His ability to just be a lame-ass character by just air camping until he gets an opening is really powerful. Great buttons. But doesn't have disjoints as far as I can tell. So I feel like I can always challenge him and trade with him really easily. He also just dies. Like, he doesn't get combo that hard because he's pretty floaty. But bro, like, lightest character in the game, he gets cheesed. I will kill Wrastors at like 60. Like, without issue. Like, I just need one opening. Which is not the hardest when his only projectile is that neutral, which is on a cooldown. And it's pretty linear, I'd say. Like, they can mix it up. But, like, they also just are incentivized to have the neutral be, like, used off cooldown to have the buff. Because otherwise, without that slipstream, their movement's good. But slipstream is when he becomes, like, here. Like, the moment he has slipstream out in a good spot, oh my god, I can't hit him. He's just gonna... Oh, wings are disjoints? Oh, like, cheese is specific to Orcane. That's valid. I mean, I think any character can still kill him early because he's the lightest character in the game. Like, I imagine Kragg can cheese the hell out of him, right? Same with Lox. Like, maybe not a character like Clairen necessarily, or Maypul, but like just being super light is always gonna cause issues, right? Now his recovery is really good. Like I feel like with this character I can get like damage off stage, like I can nair him and stuff, but I never really kill him off stage unless I hit like that clutch sweet spot back here. But like once again, any damage on a very lightweight character matters so much. So I don't know. I think when he's going though, his combo game is stupid. Like there's no question about it, right? He does whatever he wants. And it's crazy because like you have to DI his stuff up and out, but like what if he reads that and like just does an early smash and cheeses your bad DI? Then you start DIing stuff in too much, he just keeps looping the combo, brings you to a blast one, then like up easy or smash attacks and you're dead there. And there's like he has a lot of DI mix. Like I think there's not a lot of correct DI versus him besides try to escape platforms. Combine that with like his throw game leading to tech chases and whatever he wants. And it's like I don't feel like he has a lot of strengths, but I think his strengths are really effective, which is just hard to hit because it's great air movement, slipstream especially. The fact that everything about his combo game is very effective and punishes DI if they read you, and having your recovery. Yeah, special grab is nuts. Like you have to match special combo versus him or you just die. So I don't know, like I can kind of see the S plus argument. Like to me, I feel like he's better than Lox, which is probably like my litmus for like S. But I'm also like sus of putting him here, you know what I mean? Wings like partially destroyed, gotcha. Yeah, like he's definitely execution heavy because you can't make mistakes with him. But I think my logic on characters like this is also, the more a character requires you not to make mistakes, the more they have to be unbelievably insane to be like top tier. Right? Like I never put Sheik in top tier in Ultimate because she makes mistakes, she dies. Even Smash 4, she was like god, like most people probably don't remember that game. I always said Sheik's very good, but slightly overrated because she just dies. And has to execute a lot. So I don't know, I think he's I'm gonna order this later, but I think he's like here. Alright, next up, Zetter. I'm gonna move Wrastor at S plus though. I was thinking about it more and I'm like, I think his strengths are polarizing enough. It's like, I feel like barely S plus probably is what I'm gonna leave him at right now. Alright, Zetter. I don't know, Zetter is the same thing. I'm ordering it, but it's not ordered yet. Well, thank you, Bob Burb. Yeah, I appreciate it. Dude, the advice you gave me has helped a lot. Like, super ultra appreciated. Alright, now, Zetter. Zetter is, like, to me, like, the tip of, like... I don't like this character. I think what he does, he's way too strong at. But then his weakness is relevant, right? Like, his weaknesses are more easier to exploit than other characters, right? It's too linear, right? He's melee Fox or PM Wolf. Ridiculous movement, ridiculous buttons overall. His shield pressure, combo game, not fair. Like he hits you with something, he's just like a down air at the shine, into like up smash, forward air. It's like 50. I play Orcane, so that just works, right? He down throws you, tech chase. Ooh, that can just be easy stock. Up air can just kill you at the sweet spot. Combos into itself. Forward air, massive. Back air, safe. Combos into kill moves. Right? Like, it's a lot of really powerful combos that kill very early if he can set fire. I think especially back air. Back air is the big thing that, like, it's so good and sets up kills so reliably. Now, with that said, and also his fireball is really good. However, Zetter is like Fleet, where once I started parrying Zetter fireballs, it went from, oh, this is the best character in the game, I can't beat this, to, okay, no, if I parry the jump and fireball, his like diagonal approach game is a lot more manageable, and you force him to either fireball from farther away, which is not too big of a deal, because he can like jump over the parried fireball from max range, or he has to jump at you and like hit you with an attack, which leaves him open to like anti-airs, like an up tilt from Orcane, because he doesn't really have disjoints, and like he has to commit to his approaches, right? So once you start parrying his stuff, it's like, oh yeah, this is doable. I can fight this. Hello, toothbrush _ butt. We are just making the tier list as I know you see. And that Discord is going, oh my god, this TierList is not cooking. But yeah, so... And that's kind of thing about Zetter is, like, he's so linear. Like, he has to approach you at certain spots. Like, you can challenge his attacks. And he's not allowed to make mistakes. Aaron, let me cook, bro. Let me cook. Right? You like Zetter genuinely just dies off mistakes. Because he's, like what? Basically midweight at 95. Upper midweight. But he's a fast faller. So, he gets comboed. This also isn't ordered yet. Keep that in mind. But like, since he's a fast faller, he gets comboed like shit. And those combos have edge guards. Like when I fight Zetter, my goal isn't to do like a ridiculously long juggle combo. My goal is like fighting Fox, where it's combo, like button, hit him off stage with something. Oh, he might just die. Right? If I can get in range for him, I can trade with like one of his moves, like I say down B, and kill him. Or I force him to up B, which is very easy if you're threatening his recovery early, high up. Oh, grab ledge, you know, invincible ledge drop aerial to hit up B over and over. He's dead. Oh, he's super low. Just hold ledge, up B. He can't grab ledge. So, yeah, he kind of just... He's such a fragile character. I still hate fighting him because when games are going bad versus him, it feels awful. And, like, he's the character where I'll be winning and then I could just lose. Alright, peace out. But at the same time, I do the same thing versus him, right? Where, like, I'm losing. I hit him with, like, sweet spot back air. He's dead. I hit him with, like, nair. Forward throw. He's off stage. Throw it a bubble. Nair him again. He's dead. So volatile. So yeah, I put him here for now. Alright, Orcane. My issue, oh my god, you guys gotta think I'm just being like, oh my god, Orcane's bad, cope, skill issue. I play Orcane, right? So I have clear bias. Clear bias. I just want to say before the people go, oh, this is an Orcane matchup chart. If this is an Orcane matchup chart, Kragg will be here, like bottom tier. Clairen will be S+ tier. My perspectives are only Orcane. But yeah, Orcane. Actually, that's something I was gonna mention so wild. Yeah, Orcane's results in tournaments are kind of rough. What wasn't it Coinbox Wednesday or yesterday? Wasn't he only 2 in top 64 and I was one of them? The least represented character? Hasn't he consistently been one of the least represented characters so far? Now, he's one of the more complicated characters to play. I think bubble management is a little bit difficult. So he's gonna naturally be played less anyway than he should be. But yeah, so Orcane's issues. One, I think when people get better at parrying, he struggles, right? When I fight people that are good at parrying, and they like start parrying forward or start parrying down B, it makes neutral a lot harder. So that's like a big deal for him. His recovery is... He has mix-ups, but the fact that his up B has so much lag, the moment you force an up B out of him, unless he like set up B across the screen, he can just die really easily. Not ordered yet. It's like partially ordered, but I'm gonna like really look at the ordering later. But yeah, so kind of if recovery. Also, since he's a heavyweight character, he gets comboed pretty hard. He's not getting Kragg's Lox comboed because he's not as big. However, he is wide. So like combos work. I also have tech chases. I feel like he gets tech chased particularly hard because he's so wide. So like when I fight like Ranno, Zetter, I'm like I can't escape these tech chase situations. I need to like special get up to like my puddle to get away from those situations. So yeah, it's a rough one there. What else? His hitboxes they're pretty good, but they're not like disjointed generally. I think the up tilt is a small disjoint. Back here might have a small one. So yeah, like he's he has to find his openings, right? He's a bit like Maypul in that you just have to kind of move around and pick the right spots to swing. And if you try challenging people head on, you're gonna lose. So you're like challenging people like indirectly more. Yeah, no, his buttons are good. Like that's why I compare him to Maypul as well, because his buttons are really fast, and when he gets going, he kills you. And then my final issue with this character is I think a lot of his stuff doesn't work reliably enough. Right? Like jab. When you jab someone with Orcane, it's really easy to crouch cancel a lot of his stuff. Like jab can be crouch canceled. A lot of times, jab won't even fully connect. If I'm fighting like Fleet or Wrastor, my jab 3 will literally miss on them consistently. If it's like not point blank. Even sometimes if it is in their higher percents. Sup, Zeus? I've run into enough and got destroyed enough from ranked. But yes, like that's an issue. Like down tilt, you can crouch cancel like not close range down tilt reliably. I've had people like crouch cancel like nair and punish me, so you have to like nair bounce. Same with like down air at lower percents, up tilt, so like down or up tilt and they'll crouch cancel it. Forward tilt even. Like so many things get crouch canceled, but like for him, you have to play around crouch canceling a lot. Which, yeah, and then like up air, the spike is just not enough knockback. Like I find myself using that and like people just DI to the wall and live, and I'm like, right? And then also his sweet spots. Like up air sweet spots, kind of hard to hit. Back air sweet spot, very hard to hit. Very broken when the back air one hits in particular. But man, it's hard to hit that sweet spot. Right? So it's like I feel like with him, I'm not rewarded for hits enough because the moves are a little inconsistent. With that said, he's also really strong because his buttons are fast. His combo game is nuts. Like nair, 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 grab, lots of damage. Oh, also up throw mentioned. Another inconsistent move, right? You up throw someone, if it's like big body, up throws God. Like up throwing like Kragg is a war crime. But then I up throw a Wrastor and it doesn't even connect most of the time. I've up thrown Zetter and he SDIs it, falls out of the up throw, and he can hit me during my up throw. Right? So you're forced to use other throws in those situations. Which would be fine if like his forward throw needs the puddle to be like particularly good. Back throw is fine, I guess. And then like down throw tech chases are good if the down throw puts him in the corner or if you have a puddle nearby. But if it's just like a down throw mid swing without puddle setup next to you or in front of you, it just feels kind of bad. Yeah, so like his combos are crazy, and like he can cheese the hell out of stocks. Back here when you hit someone with it, like sweet spot, I have done things to people. And the thing is, when people DI away from his combos, they're DIing for back air to kill him, right? Like someone's DIing my forward airs out, I hit him with a back air, they explode. But then they DI in to not die to back air, and I do like multiple forward airs, I get a shit ton of damage. Now they're off stage, I nair them, and they're just dying from the nair follow-ups, because you can nair, just chase off stage, recover from anywhere. Or like they're DIing like in versus something, you're just hitting with like, oh, you're DIing, I don't know, down tilt in. Like down tilt, you can like down tilt smash regardless. I don't know, but like for his air combos, because he can threaten, oh, like up air even. Like let's say you're up DIing up air away, that can kill you if you try DIing that away. But if you DI'd in, he might just up air loop you. Like he's a cheese lord. I kill people sub 100 with him so often. I hit people with just like, oh, down tilt up smash and they're dead at like 80. Or like, oh, they're at 100 something, spam down air. I hit you with down air, down smash. Or, oh, you're like at 60, I down aired you. What if I like drag you down to a platform and do multiple down airs and loop you? There's stupid shit like that. Oh, you're DIing down tilt out. What if I do jab jab forward tilt instead to kill you? Right? So he really makes people guess in the DI and really punishes them. And this movement's nuts. Flying across the stage with forward air. B reverse neutral B for movement. Oh my god. Just the threat of like teleporting across the stage can be really good for getting aggressive. Or even just like hitting people. Like, no one wants to stand on puddle. You put puddle in a spot someone wants to be in, they can't stand there. I'm talking about Orcane right now. His edge guarding is also nuts. I think his edge guarding is really good. He just can't get height. Like if you're fighting a Kragg, and they actually fighting like a forest and they're doing like high up smoke, I can't really hit that as Orcane. But like if they're at a height where I can do like jump backwards forward air, or like ledge drop backwards forward air, nair or whatever, they can just die. And his ledge trapping is also insane because of bubbles, of course. What's up, Raven King? How you doing? But yeah, summary is, I think if his moves worked a little more reliably in some spots. He's like easy S tier. I mostly keep him here because of like people falling out of up throw, a lot of the stuff being susceptible to crouch canceling, like just, or like up air spike feeling like shit, like back air sweet spot bringer out to hit, like all that stuff. Just the small inconsistencies that I feel like other characters aren't as inconsistent. He also can't, and this might just be a me thing, but fighting people playing really lame is hard for him. Like if you're fighting a Clairen and they're platform camping, it's hard for him to actually punish a platform camping Clairen. Or like someone goes like Hyperion Harbor is just running away. Granted, that stage sucks anyway. But I feel like he is particularly bad at punishing that. One of the reasons is his up air is so slow, they can't like hit people above him if they're in the air that well. Oh yeah, I agree, Lambert. That's kind of why it's awkward, right? That's why I wouldn't buff him directly with things like make his smash attacks better. I literally just want his moves to hit more reliably. Like I literally just want like up throw to be more reliable, back air being slightly more reliable, up air sweet spot being slightly more generous. Like very small things that give me a more consistent amount of reward on hit. Because I will kill people at 100th up air and then sometimes live 150 and I'm like, but I accept that he's like Mario. Like he's meant to kill you up close. So they made it hard for him to get up close. So fours. With how annoying he is, like said, I don't know, I feel like the matchup's hard for Orcane. Like the more I play, the more I think fours just doing like dash back forward smash. Orcane can't punish that well because like he can do that then like up tilt my jump in or like nair it, right? Like since Orcane struggles hitting people high above him doing like full hop setup clone is really frustrating. But then like back air is stupidly good for killing. Like the fact that you just combo like everything in the back air and just kill you, especially with like reverse hitboxes to catch you DIing back air in a certain way. Like forward air combos are nuts. Nair is a great move. His up air and up tilt are just great. Oh, forward smash leads into everything he wants. Down tilt's really good. He has a good grab game. His recovery is mostly because of setting up a smoke high. Can be really hard to edge guard him because he's like, I know he's the same weight as Zetter, but his recovery is a lot better and I think he's a little less floaty. I mean, a little more floaty. So he doesn't get killed in the same way. But like, I feel like the charts like this is just like me being like, oh, my character's bad. Buff, please. You know what I mean? Let me just talk through Forest Burn a bit more. Yeah, like, but you can just like spam like down air. It's so good. Like, Clone gives him the freest approaches. And because I don't think parrying Clone Explosion does anything, right? Like, if you parry the Clone exploding, does that stun him? I actually don't know. That's probably a big deal. But like even then, like he can just, okay, it does. Like he can just like not do it if you just commit to a parry. Big punish, right? It's parrying. I think parrying is bad unless it's reactable projectiles. And then of course he can get waft and just threaten killing you with waft. Or super clone is also really good when people get good at it. Honestly, the clone and mix-ups also, there's definitely times where I think, you know, Forrest is one of the clones, he's the other one. So I mess up and I just die for it. Yeah, exactly. Like you hit the clone, you're in hit lag, they hit you anyway. So it's like even hitting the clone is a bad trade. And like you have to basically fight him when he doesn't have clone available. But his walling is so good that fighting without clone available, it's like, it's a bad fight. Or it's a hard fight to win. And they set up clone, it's basically his neutral for next like however long. So yeah, it's like super lame fours. Feels particularly hard to fight. Like it has to be a lame fours. I think if it's a fours that's like fighting you a lot, it's not that hard. Also, he has disjoints and everything. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I don't really know what his weaknesses are. Like when I fight fours, I'm always like, you can like hold down for his forward smash at lower percents, I guess. He does have more lag on moves, maybe. Recovery is somewhat easy to edge guard. It's not even really that easy. Like you can. I guess he like doesn't steal stocks. Like outside of like down smash, which I think is kind of easy to play around. Like you have to kind of run into him from the take stocks, I think. Right? You have to run into forward smash. You have to run into down smash. Run into down tilt. Like he doesn't have like a good aerial kill option. The best is back here. But I feel like when Force is fighting you, if his back is facing you at kill percent, you know what he's going for. It's pretty easy to play around. Especially because I don't think his airspeed's that good. And if his front's facing you, he can't really threaten you in the air with a kill move. Combust setups, that's true. Combust setups are good, like down tilt combust. But that's like the big thing, I guess, is that he's quote unquote honest. Yeah, you can do like up throw into forward airs. Rasty. Yep. Oh, I'm gonna adjust this list. This doesn't feel right to me. So I'm like thinking now how to. I definitely think Fleet's like the weakest in the game. But I think it's hard to make her good because Side B is so strong. You have to like nerf Side B and buff some of her kit, in my opinion. And she's not even that weak. I also think, Burb, if you're good at pairing her Side B on reaction, like the initial arrow, I think the rest of her kit is fine, but it doesn't stand out as strong, right? Like it's definitely playable. She definitely has good stuff with her, like recovery mix-ups, just disjoints in general, some good combos, setups with like the timed explosion arrow. But I just feel like none of that stands out compared to like like Zetter combos, Loxodon murdering you, Clairen disjoints, Cheese, Ranno like needles, Kragg's existence. Yeah, I'm really confident in Kragg and S+, and same with Ranno. I probably put Wrastor or Ranno though. I think Wrastor's like the more I think Wrastor is really insane. I think if there's anyone I move down, like I'm thinking look at characters in the list and I'm like, I think I move Lox more like here. Because I think Lox could just get blown up really hard. Like I think he's really good because he just ends games. Haha, Lambrus. Is it crazy to think that Maypul is very overrated? Like not bad, but overrated. Yes. I see why she's strong. I'd probably put her over Zetter though. Like I think she just dies too easily to be here. And it's committed towards her approaches. Unless you literally seed camp. I think if you're just literally running around seed camping with her, she might be God. Yeah, like she doesn't scramble either. Honestly, you know what I'm really thinking on this list? Because I don't think Clairen is in the same tier as Zetter. Same with Fours. Like I think Clairen and Floors. Like I think actually no, Clairen might be there. I think Clairen's there because tippers are really overtuned. Not so much Fours. I think Fours is just really freaking lame. And I'd like it's like I'd like them to tune Fours to be different. So he can be a little bit less lame, but he's a little stronger in his buttons maybe. It's like weird because you have to put characters like characters that feel good have to be in the lower half with such a small roster. I'm serious Ultimate where it's like you have bad characters. You look at how every character is when people stop interacting. That's so valid. Dude, I legit, people will just try to time me out and I'm like, bro, my coin box run yesterday? I wasn't streaming it, but like, dude, I had matches with like 2 minutes left. Because people just went to Hyborian Harbor, Rockwall, Fire Capital. I'm like, you know, also that's the thing. I think the stages right now, between 2 bans and like 4 really lame stages, make lane play particularly good. Like it removed Rockwall and Fire Capital from the legal tournament stage list. Right? And you can ban Merchantport and Hyperion Harbor. Lane play is significantly weaker. Armada is interesting. It's very I haven't played enough Marta yet. I don't know who I put between. Yeah, so I think Kragg's best in the game. You know, I think Orcane just shits on Kragg. I feel like Kragg's lucky that Orcane is not common. But like objectively, this character's nuts. It's like Wrastor definitely requires more execution. Very good. Ranno is relatively low execution for how strong he is. You probably farm me, Kragg. Yeah, I think this is about where I put it. Maypul is slightly overrated. Same with Zetterburn is here. He's good. Clairen could be down here, but as they're getting better with Tipper, it's just like, man, she's cheap. That's very, yeah, because I bought a lot of Kraggs on ranked. That's because Kragg is the easiest character to get ranked points with, I think. He like exposes people hard. Alright. That's my tier list. No chat. This is my tier list. Right? My opinion. What do you guys think? What would you change?